Welcome back to Change Through Pain. I hope this video finds you at peace, in gratitude, and a place where you are healing and rebuilding your life. Today's message, it's been resonating with me, and I've been rereading several key books that have made an impact on my life. And one of those was Recovery, written and narrated by Russell Brand, and how he applied the 12 steps to not only get sober from drugs and alcohol, but to gain sobriety in all areas of his life as it relates to his relationships, his selfishness, his narcissism, his ego. And I never really bought into the 12 steps before, and me being sober now for 22 months from alcohol. Of course I wasn't going to buy into that because I didn't believe that I had a problem. I believed that I had everything under control. And now that I've given up the idea or the belief that I am in control or I was in control, that has changed everything. And his book, Recovery, helped me realize that. I was already going through recovery by my own decision, my own choice, my own choosing. But this book solidified it for me. And I finished the book, and it empowered me to take ownership and to admit my faults, admit the things that I've done wrong to others, the bad things that I've done over my entire life, the little things and the big things. And it's all relative and what your perspective is on how you define those things. And that's up to you. That's between you and whoever or whatever you believe is your higher power, because that's what it's really all about. And the book led me to this new place of empathy and gratitude and grace and abundance and peace and detachment and love and understanding of myself and others, and learning to not take what someone says so personal and what someone does so personal, because it's not about me. It's about what's inside them and their belief systems and how they've been conditioned, and those traumas from childhood and beyond that shaped who they are. And if they've never faced those traumas and healed those traumas and released those emotions, detach themselves from the emotion that is attached to that moment when that traumatic experience happened, it makes sense for them to say and do some of the things that they do. And it's self-destructive, and they don't realize it. And I was living a self-destructive life. I believed that I had everything under control. I believed that I knew what was best for me, and I knew what was best for others. And in certain environments, I would take constructive criticism, okay, in more of a business situation. It was between my boss and myself, and I learned to accept that that's what was necessary for me to grow with the organization or to achieve more. But once I left the office and I headed home to my loved ones, I became that person that I didn't even know who I was. And I didn't know what I was even looking for. And maybe I wasn't even looking. I was drowning my sorrows, my internal sorrows, with alcohol and sex and various drugs over the years, and television and movies and music and just distractions, and never facing the things that I needed to face to grow, to emotionally mature, to be empathetic, to be compassionate, to be truly compassionate. Yes, I had a career and a job where I was working in a nonprofit and I was helping others every day, and I volunteered my time as well. But what was the motive? What was I really doing? Was I trying to achieve something to get accolades from others? Was that what it was really all about? Was I trying to fill a void because I felt guilty for something from my childhood, something that happened to me? I didn't know. And I know now that that was part of it. And that's part of the healing process. And I stumbled upon several other books. Eckhart Tolle, just amazing books that he has written. And I've listened to all of the audiobooks for each of these books that I'm mentioning. And it's just so hard to describe the contents of his books. It's so simple, yet it's so deep. And it's a perspective that you may have never even considered about awareness of yourself and awareness of others, and that you don't have to absorb what they're projecting into the world. And if they're projecting negativity and toxicity into the world and towards you, you don't have to receive that. Yes, you will sense it, but you don't have to be a part of it. You can deflect it, and you can remove yourself. And the meditation techniques that I learned throughout all of this, these last 22 months, in conjunction with the books and the daily exercise and the mindfulness and the gratitude practices, have just helped me heal, helped me detach, helped me release things that no longer serve me, and to eliminate things in my life that weren't good for me. That would be actions, that would be habits, that would be thought patterns, that would be people, environments. All of these things are necessary in order for you to achieve the full potential of who you are and who you are meant to become. And this journey for me, this healing, sober journey of abundance and gratitude, has been the toughest thing I've ever experienced. And it has brought up 44 years of emotions that I have never dealt with, that I have never released. And let me tell you, I went from a stubborn, prideful, macho man that refused to show his emotions in any situation, hardly even joy. Yes, laughter, having a good time, but it usually involved alcohol. I didn't know how to be myself and enjoy life sober. I didn't even know what that was. I started drinking when I was 10. And I don't regret it. I have some amazing memories and experiences, and those are the things that made me who I am today. So I'm not going to look back with regret. I'm going to live right now because those moments no longer exist. The past is over. Right now, in this present moment, is all that matters. And one of my favorite things that I have learned in these last 22 months and some change is that the future does not exist. At that moment, at that time when it occurs, it will be your present moment. That future moment, as we may refer to it, will be your present at that moment. And so the future doesn't even exist. All that exists is the present moment in every single moment of your life, of every single day until your soul leaves your body. That is how important living for right now and for today is, because we're not promised even one more second on this earth inhabiting this body. So we've got to make the most of it. We've got to be grateful. We've got to live with an abundant mindset. And we've got to learn to deflect any of those automatic negative thoughts. We've got to recondition our brains. And we've got to share this with others. We've got to share the positive vibrations with others. So it starts with you. It starts within. You've got to set your day. You've got to set the tone of the day by being mindful first thing and getting your mind right and thinking about abundance and peace and joy and gratitude and optimism. Not everything is going to go right every single day, but you can turn each situation and each thing that happens for you into a great experience. You just got to make the most of it. What can I learn? It might be tough in that moment. It might be really difficult. I have gone through some really, really tough times recently for me. And in that moment, it was tough. It was emotional. I had to pause. I had to breathe. I had to slow down. I had to take a break. And I had to look and reflect on what the purpose of this was. And I gained perspective by speaking to others. I gained perspective by just slowing down and getting in solitude and asking some key questions of why is this happening? What is the purpose? What am I to learn from this? How can I do it different next time? How can I respond or react differently to have a different outcome? And how can I change my mindset in this moment to be grateful for the opportunity to have the chance to experience something that'll teach me something, make me stronger, and make me into the best version of myself up to this point in my life. And that's what I've gained from this journey, hitting rock bottom, running from my emotions my entire life, never facing my hurts and traumas from a child until the age of 42 years old and some change. And I tell you, everybody's journey is different, but it's never too late to take that first step towards your healing and towards becoming the best version of yourself and learning to love yourself, learning to slow down, learning to let go, and learning to allow life to flow. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so much positive energy and vibrations. My heart is full at this moment. I wish you happiness, joy, peace, grace, abundance, and a life of gratitude. You take care. Until next time.